so many times. Speak easy from Eddie Hernandez.
I got one thing to say to Lancelot. Earn another shot. You want to sit here and whine about what happened to you, but we all deal with that. I had people trespass to cost me my championship, yet here I am. The fact that people follow Kurt on Twitter at all is amazing, but for the poor morons who do, they get treated to the kind of drivel you'd expect from a 5-year-old. He can't even come to grips with the fact that he shouldn't be Academy champion right now. And if I ever get him in the ring again, he won't be Academy champion anymore. Lancelot can say whatever he wants about the circumstances. At this point, it won't matter that I've said I never asked Devon to get involved for me. So I'll cut to the chase. I will get in the ring 1 more time, 5 more times, 100 more times with Lancelot, and the result will always be the same. I get my hand raised, and I am still the Academy champion. Kurt, you are going to fight a man who has held more gold than you have money in your bank account. You lived your life as subpar, just lucking your way into everything. But I'm going to wake you up. When you come into contact with excellence, you get just a little bit better. So I'm hoping that that's what happens to you. I mean, I'll still win and become rightful Academy champion, but maybe you'll get a little better in the process. I'm hoping at least that for you, Kurt. Hey folks, welcome to GAW Academy Stormchaser with just 2 weeks to go until Winterfest. Things are starting to fall into place. We already know that Eddie Hernandez will take on Chris Danger at the biggest party of the holiday season. I am so excited to see that match. I'm excited for Winterfest. I'm excited for the holidays. Happy Halloween, by the way, if you are recovering from your celebrations last night. Maybe treat yourself to a membership to our Discord. We just reached 100 subscribers right here on YouTube. Thank you all so much for that, by the way. And as a thank you, we are giving away the first ever GAW t-shirts. So make sure you join the Discord with the link in the description or on generaladmissionwrestling.com, and you can lay your hands on the first ever GAW t-shirts coming soon. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like Scott Danielson might have a little bit of a different gait to his step after battling Devon Andrews in an unsanctioned match at Stormchaser Liverpool. He ventured into the home of England underground street fighting, and Devon Andrews took him to the cleaners. It was a great match over there, but there's no doubt Scott Danielson a little bit different after that. So here he is going against Joshua Moore. Moore just picked up his first win in a GAW ring a couple weeks ago against Seth Woods. Scott Danielson looking to bounce back. It was a tough battle with Devon Andrews, the older brother of the current Academy champion, Kurt Andrews. And of course, Kurt, as we know, embroiled in a vicious rivalry right now with Lancelot. I'm wondering how all that's going to turn out. We got a big show here for you tonight. Of course, in the main event, it will be the Academy Tag Team Championship match. The Titans will defend against the Wing Collectors, who won that opportunity last week against the Las Vegas Connection. Speaking of LVC, their newest recruit, Angelo Diaz, will come out to challenge Midnight for the Raw Championship. That was announced just before the show. Danielson, good snapmare here. He's got to use the strength to take control of Moore, who's very strong in his own right. And of course, Moore mixes in some great athleticism as well. We saw that against Seth Woods. A beautiful missile drop kick from Joshua Moore. Not something you'd expect from a man who stands at 6'3", but that's exactly what he can do, along with a dangerous flying lariat. Moore's got a very mixed style of offense. Moore, one of our several Second City Wrestling products, all of whom have turned out to be incredible talents between Xavier Cross, Chandler Marcy, and Joshua Moore. We saw Chandler Marcy battle Lars Nightfall last week here on Stormchaser. That is not a fight that many men walk out of. Danielson first cover of the match here, and it's a kick out from Joshua Moore. I'm really looking forward to the matches here on the card tonight. We will see Lars Nightfall in action once again, and as I said, 2 title matches coming at you. But Joshua Moore trying to start things out against the former Academy champion. Maybe trying to prove something to everyone here. Danielson was in, obviously, a spot where a lot of eyes were on him, battling Devon Andrews. Nice peel throw from Moore, and Danielson from a seated position. Moore with a missile drop kick. I mentioned it earlier. Look at how powerful that is. He puts a charge in those legs. Moore into the cover. No. Danielson kicks out. Well done there from Scott Danielson. Joshua Moore going to continue the attack here. Moore gets him up on the shoulders. The way the cards lay from Joshua Moore. Man, he just drives all the weight into the back of the neck, and Joshua Moore, second straight win for the man from Second City Wrestling. Devon Andrews, you're not so tough. Scott Danielson ain't shit, we all know that. Look what I just did to him. How about you step into the ring against a real man? You don't want to sign with GAW because you don't want to face guys like me every week. But if you're as tough as you think you are, then I shouldn't be a problem, should I? You're all talk, Devon, and GAW isn't about talk.
It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll...
Santanico was an intimidating dude to everyone but me. I'm from LA. I know how important image is, and he's made himself look like he can't lose. All the dumb marks around here buy into it, but I don't. I'm from the land of champions, baby. I know what a winner looks like, and that ain't it, Chief. I'm it. The worlds of wrestling and entertainment revolve around Ulysses Sky. And the world of fashion revolves around Kaitlyn Dunlap, the absolute biggest star in GAW. I know most of you thick-skulled fools won't remember this, but I beat Asuka. She was the greatest wrestler in GAW history, and I put her rainbow-headed ass down with the drop-dead gorgeous. So Baleska, if I could do that to Asuka, if I can put down Lazara like I did, what do you think I'm capable of doing to you? There's not many men who would be confident enough to say what Ulysses Sky just said and then step into a ring potentially with Santanico. In fact, Ulysses Sky might be the only one. And just like him, there's not many women confident enough to say what Kaitlyn Dunlap said to Valeska Pierce and then step into a ring with the Academy champion, and yet here we are. I gotta say, whatever you think about those two since they returned, there's no doubt that they are the most confident wrestlers in the GAW Academy right now, followed closely by this man. Jackel was on a hell of a winning streak, took the mask off La Tortuga Roja, took the mask off Ramon Gutierrez, and yet he finds himself here going against maybe the most dangerous man in the GAW Academy. Man, this is terrifying. Whenever you see the red smoke around the entranceway, when you see the doorway and the flaming forest, you know that Lars Nightfall is not far behind. And where Lars Nightfall is, there is violence, there is brutality, and there is one of the most dangerous men in the GAW Academy. Fresh off a victory over Eddie Hernandez himself at Northern Lights, Lars Nightfall turned Hernandez's lights out, and Nightfall, his 12-6 record, those 12 wins are second in the Academy, only to the Raw champion Midnight, tied with Derek Cole on that win total. Of course, he has the chance to add to that here against Jackel. This is a clash of styles if I have ever seen one. Jackel, the up-and-coming luchador, so fast, so agile. Lars Nightfall, nobody more powerful. And that's what makes this match so enticing as far as the matchup goes. And Jackel immediately using that speed to get out of the way of Nightfall. And you can see Nightfall strikes already too much for the luchador. We just saw a big event on Friday. Of course, Storm Blackout. All 5 championships over on Friday Night Storm being defended, including 2 title changes. It was one of the biggest nights on Friday Night Storm of Season 2. If you want to relive that, but you don't have the time to watch the full episode, just go over to the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. Link is down in the description. You can read full recaps of every show as they happen. You never have to miss a minute. You can also see championship histories of all of our titles dating back to 2005. You can see how Brock Lesnar is on a record pace with his world championship. Jackel, backslide driver, incredible strength to get Nightfall down like that. High stack cover, and Nightfall, look at the power as he breaks out of that. Jackel immediately thinking he's got to go back to the drawing board to deal with this from Nightfall. This is a completely different opponent than any Jackel has seen. Different even than Midnight, who as strong as he is, as capable as he is, does not possess the same raw power that Lars Nightfall does. Jackel with the drop kick, and he repelled off of Nightfall's chest. Didn't even bring the big man down. Nightfall's got him up. Nightmare! Good night, Jackel. Didn't see that one coming, and Jackel cannot get up. Lars Nightfall remains as dangerous as they come. Jackel did what he could. I mean, he thought that backslide driver, that's more than most people get on Lars Nightfall, but here's another look at the Nightmare. Lars Nightfall, this guy's something special, man. I'll tell you that right now. And where does his focus lie? Where does he think he might be going now? I don't know. I think guys have got to look out. If Lars Nightfall is out there, if he's thinking that he might... Whoa, wait a minute. Yunsan Park has come out. Yunsan Park, the face of the Academy, one of them. The last time we saw him, he was getting absolutely destroyed by Sam Hunt. And yet here is Yunsan Park back. I've been through more this year than I ever figured I would be. This time last year, we were making preparations for the Stormchaser tournament. You guys remember that? The GAW Academy wasn't on YouTube. No one even knew who we were. Things have changed so much in that time. So much of it is due to you. All of it is due to you. But I never, ever expected to see someone like Sam Hunt. Sam Hunt made me realize that as the GAW Academy becomes the most watched promotion on earth, we'll attract some dangerous people, and no one that I've seen is more dangerous than Sam Hunt. After he got me a few weeks ago, I was worried that I'd never wrestle again. That fear, it chilled me. I felt it in my chest. Unfortunately for Sam, he didn't finish the job. I will wrestle again, and I will wrestle Sam Hunt. At Winterfest, I want Sam Hunt to know the GAW Academy will not bend to him. He has to earn our respect one way or another, and I want to see him earn that against me. No attacks, no ambushes, just a one-on-one fight at Winterfest. Sam, I know that you will answer me there. I know that your pride will not allow you to skip this challenge, and I want you to know this. When you stepped foot here, you didn't know the kind of people that make up the GAW Academy. But at Winterfest, I'm gonna show you. What a statement made from Yunsan Park. And he's absolutely right. Jason Parker is so confident that Sam Hunt will answer the challenge that he has made it official. Yunsan Park versus Sam Hunt at Winterfest. We've seen Hunt once, and we haven't seen Lee Carr again after that. But how will Yunsan Park fare against the scariest man in GAW? Man, what are you doing? Look, we all know you're not 100%, and you can bet Sam Hunt knows that too. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, but if you want to win titles in the new academy, you got to be able to walk. I know, but I don't have any other choice. I won't just sit around and let Sam Hunt keep doing this to people. You've got Danger at Winterfest, which you only took because you want to defend the academy on a national stage. I want the same thing. The only difference is Chris Danger at least has some morals. If I let Sam Hunt continue to do this shit, he'll hurt someone bad. You and I can stop that from him and Chris Danger at Winterfest. I'm willing to put my body on the line to do that. I know you would be too. Derek Cole apparently sending Angelo and Marco Diaz out under his banner. Of course, both members of the Las Vegas connection, but it's the first time we've heard this music to accompany them. And you can see Marco Diaz playing the role of hype man today as the massive Angelo Diaz steps into the ring and becomes the second member of the Las Vegas connection to fight for the Raw Championship, currently held by the most unbeatable man in general admission wrestling, of course, Midnight, the man who has never lost a match in his GAW career, 18-0. Red eye on the screen, the mask painted purple, and the red Raw title strap around his waist. There is truly no one that cuts a more intimidating figure, given what we know he can do in the ring, than the Raw champion, Midnight. And of course, the entrance music is part of that. It isn't just straight up intimidating, it is entertaining. It's one of the big reasons why Midnight is one of the most popular men in GAW right now. And if you want to listen to this song at any time, or any of the music you hear in GAW, check out our Spotify playlist. Link is down in the description or on the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. All the music from across GAW all in one place. Let's get now to the first of our two title matches tonight. Let's see how Angelo Diaz fares against Midnight, and immediately Midnight going into the drop kick. Diaz didn't even seem like he was fazed by it. You see painted on the back of his gear, the OG Angelo, one of the progenitors of the Las Vegas connection, the older brother of Marco Diaz, but you can see how deadly he is in his own right. Sidewalk slam, and Midnight kicks out at one. For everyone that Midnight has ran through as the Raw champion, I would venture to say that he has not seen anyone as powerful as Angelo Diaz. You can check generaladmissionwrestling.com right now. I mean, you can see the full history of the Raw Championship. Midnight won it back in March, but you don't see anyone that is as big or as strong as Angelo Diaz. This is a different guy. Oh, look at that. Midnight with the Yankee Destroyer. All right, maybe I was wrong. Maybe Midnight does have the key to beating Angelo Diaz somewhere in there. Midnight drags him in for the cover, and Diaz kicks out. Marco Diaz jawing at the Raw champion as well, but Midnight trying to make this a quick victory on Angelo. Boot to the gut, caught by the big man. Of course, we know Midnight uses that as the setup for the dangerous sleepwalker, but now Angelo Diaz into an ankle lock. Nice submission strategy here from Angelo. I like what he's doing. Very few people have gone to the submission well against Midnight. Is that out of respect for the Raw champion, or has it just not been tried yet? We'll have to see. Midnight comes running in, and Midnight around the horn to a DDT. Even Marco is surprised Midnight was able to get that. Midnight surprises everyone every day with what he's able to do. We just saw him against Pretty Bad Deal of the Las Vegas Connection last time on GAW Dark. Midnight looking for high noon. Oh, Angelo Diaz backflips out of it. Have you ever seen a 290-pound man do that? I would venture to say no. Only in GAW. Diaz, super kick, turns him around, straight jacket German. That's what we saw Diaz use in his debut, and Angelo Diaz drags him into the middle to become the Raw champion. Angelo Diaz, no! Midnight kicks out. This will be the fourth man from the Las Vegas Connection that Midnight has seen. And even Pretty Bad Deal going up against him in a 2-on-1 situation, having given him quite the issue that Angelo Diaz is right now. Is Midnight still hurting from the attack by Pretty Bad Deal? That's what Derek Cole told them to do. He said hurt Midnight. Was he softening him up for this? Diaz with an elbow drop to the back. Maybe Derek Cole knew exactly what he was doing when he sent Pretty Bad Deal up against the Raw champion. Midnight, boot to the gut, over the top with a backstabber. Apparently Midnight's been watching Dakota Kai matches. She just won, of course, with her version of that. She calls the chiropractor against Bianca Belair. Midnight with a face buster. Midnight running wild here against Angelo Diaz, but can he finish it off? Midnight, can he get him up? Sleepwalker. Good night, Angelo Diaz. Midnight drags him away from the ropes. No shot for Angelo Diaz here, and Midnight, despite all odds, despite winning a 2-on-1 match against Pretty Bad Deal 10 days ago, Midnight defends the Raw Championship once again. But Angelo Diaz really gave him something to think about. The Las Vegas Connection is coming for the Raw title. That's what Derek Cole told us. But Midnight, he has been up to the challenge so far. Even Diaz's straight jacket German suplex, he puts more mustard on that than a hot dog stand. But Midnight stayed alive. Just incredibly done from the Raw champion. And Midnight somehow defends the title once again. In unbelievable fashion. Just incredible to see. Oh my God, Derek Cole with a Heisman kick on Midnight right in the middle of the ring. Angelo and Marco Diaz watch on as Derek Cole with a Heisman kick once again. And Derek Cole, the man who brought the Las Vegas Connection to GAW, has left the Raw champion laying in the middle of the ring. And I think the final member of LVC might have his eyes on the Raw championship. I want to announce that I'll be in Atlanta for the GAW Doc this Wednesday. Some of you seem to have forgotten, but I am the biggest free agent in the world. My brother is the Academy champion. I just want to see what GAW is really all about, starting with the humble facilities where it all began. It's cute that the wing collectors think beating some no-name clowns puts them in a position to challenge us after we've already beaten them fairly. But since that's already happened, I guess that we can give them an advantage this time. We don't want things to be unfair. So of course, the Titans rules are in effect tonight, and we'll give the wing losers a little warning. They'll need a 5 count to win the titles tonight. Well, wasn't that very nice of the Titans to give Andrew Wesley and Frankie Omega a little bit more warning that they will need a 5 count to win the titles here tonight. I cannot believe that the Titans are still allowed to do this across their title reign. Most recently, we saw them defend the championships against the Las Vegas Connection without using the Titans rules. That doesn't make things any better. By the way, check out our social media channels, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. You can see all the best moments from GAW, some of which include the Titans, although they're not exactly the most popular act in town right now. The Titans have made just 3 defenses of the Academy Tag Team titles since they won them back in April. For context, by the way, at that time, the Raw champion Midnight, who we just saw, had defended the title successfully twice by April for Bash at the Beach, where the Titans won the Academy Tag Team Championships, and the time has taken the Titans to defend the titles 3 times. Midnight has defended the title, his title, now 8 times. So that is how much the Titans have avoided teams like the Wing Collectors. It doesn't look like it's going to improve anytime soon, knowing that the Wing Collectors need a 5 count to get out of this match as champions. But I will tell you this, the last time the Wing Collectors were in a match with the Titans, they pushed them to the limit when the Titans only needed a 2 count to win that. The Titans did, of course, win by cheating, but that doesn't change the fact that the Wing Collectors remain their most dangerous opponents to date. And I cannot wait for this to go down. Frankie Omega begins for the Wing Collectors. Lieter in for the champions. Omega with a Falcon Arrow to start things off. Folks, before we get in any further, we want to send it back to the office to Jason Parker. Jason, if you would please tell us our main event for the final Stormchaser before Winterfest. I think we're all rooting for the Wing Collectors here, if we're being completely honest. I just gotta call it like it is. But regardless of this match, Winterfest is in 2 weeks. And for all the talk he's done, Lancelot hasn't earned another match with Kurt Andrews. Next week, though, he'll get a chance. In the main event, it'll be Lancelot versus Lars Nightfall, last show before the big event. The winner gets Kurt Andrews for the Academy title at Winterfest. Wow, what a main event that will be. Frankie Omega in a full Nelson with Lieter and a power bomb by Andrew Wesley, taking a page out of the Titans playbook with that double power bomb. I am excited for the main event next week. Lancelot will get to earn another match against Kurt Andrews, but Lars Nightfall stands in his way. We just saw what Nightfall's capable of. I don't know if Lancelot will be too happy that he's got that in his future. Andrew Wesley from the middle rope with a DD. Oh no! An assisted guillotine and a springboard shooting star press from Andrew Wesley. Absolutely incredible from the bone saw. The Wing Collectors have come to play here today, folks. Irish whip off Andrew Wesley off the top rope with a cutter. Unbelievable. Andrew Wesley might have hurt himself on that one, but it might have been worth it. Wesley with a beautiful combination on Lieter. Lieter's gonna crawl over, dives in. Here comes Dagonite. The big man facing a familiar foe in Andrew Wesley. But Wesley trying to fight back. Look at the strength as he's got Dagonite up. Wesley, knee to the ribs and a power slam from Andrew Wesley. Absolutely unbelievable from the bone saw. This is something I never thought I'd see. Andrew Wesley. Dagonite trying to get himself back into this match, but there's no doubt that Andrew Wesley has absolutely blown him up. Wesley Irish whips, but Dagonite comes out with a knee to the jaw. And Dagonite evens the odds on the Wing Collectors, but the Wing Collectors came to play here today, folks. There's no doubt about it. Dagonite gets Wesley up into the powerbomb position. Dagonite with a last ride style powerbomb. Dagonite just continues the brutal attack on the Wing Collectors, and remember here, the Titans only need the count of 3 to defend these titles. The Wing Collectors need 5. Wesley with a gut buster and a standing shooting star press. As if the springboard variety wasn't impressive enough, Dagonite with those long arms reaches up to make the tag, but into the corner goes Lieter. Wesley maybe looking for a double team to take out the Titans. Not gonna happen there, but Wesley once again sends him reeling into the corner. Lieter fights out of it again. Wesley caught him with a right hand. And Lieter, for a 3rd time, finds himself in a bad position. Tag in, here comes Frankie Omega. Wesley from the top, Hurricane Rana into a powerbomb from Frankie Omega. Apparently these guys have been watching the Skymen, new tag team champions over on Storm. Omega gonna go straight at the arm collector. We know this is what he's about. Omega over the top of the sliced bread. Folks, is there any doubt the Wing Collectors are the better team here tonight? So far, that's the case, but Lieter looking to end all of that God Slayer, but he didn't get all of it. Frankie Omega got out of the way just enough that Lieter was not able to connect the way he wanted to. That might have saved the Wing Collectors in this match. Lieter with a back body drop, and Lieter with a spine buster. And Lieter finally reveling in the fact the Titans have done something to the Wing Collectors in this match, but it might not last. The Wing Collectors clearly in a better position now against the Titans, and Omega transitions out of that into maybe a guillotine, can't get it locked in. Boot to the gut, Frankie Omega gonna continue the assault. Omega with a cutter, and Omega into the cover. Omega, Wesley playing defense here on Lieter, and Omega with the 3 count, but it didn't go. Lieter kicks out. Oh my goodness. Frankie Omega had it right there. Andrew Wesley back into the corner, but the Wing Collectors came that close. A 3 count, and it didn't win the championships. Omega with a sling blade, and the attack continues from the Wing Collectors. But again, who has been the better team here? In my mind, there's no doubt. Omega once again targeting that arm as the Arm Collector continues his work. Dagonite back up onto the apron after the attack from Andrew Wesley. The Titans, they were that close. In a real match, without the Titans rules, we would have new tag team champions right now, but of course that's been the case before. Lieter gets Frankie Omega up into the power slam position, and again, Omega works his way out of it. How good has Frankie Omega been today? And now Omega just lighting up Lieter with those strikes. Irish whip in, Omega with a running knee strike into the corner. We haven't seen a lot of double team offense yet from Frankie Omega and Andrew Wesley, but what we have seen is incredible tag team cohesion, exactly what we've come to expect from the Wing Collectors. Lieter trying to crawl away into his corner, and here comes Dagonite. It was the right call from Lieter, and Dagonite lays out Omega with a big right hand. And another one, Omega manages to stay on his feet. This time, Dagonite loads up for that, and again, Omega cannot be brought down. This is how much this means to the Wing Collectors. Now Dagonite once again into that position, and again, Frankie Omega fights his way out of it. Omega with a sheer drop brainbuster into the cover, but Dagonite just too tall. Referee waves off the pin as Dagonite's foot had landed on the ropes. Frankie Omega into the cover. Frankie Omega again with that cutter, but this time Lieter is there to break things up at the count of 2. Referee chastising Andrew Wesley. Referee almost disqualifying the Wing Collectors there if Wesley hadn't gotten out of the ring. Something tells me the Titans might have something to do with that. Dagonite once again trying to lay in the attack on Frankie Omega, and again, Omega just too much for him. Frankie Omega lying in wait. Omega up under the shoulders. Look at the strength. Omega theory on Dagonite. Surely this has to be it. Frankie Omega into the middle of the ring. Omega, surely, Frankie Omega, it's 4-0. Once again, we would have had new tag team champions. Here comes Andrew Wesley. Maybe he can end it here with the Titans' own move, Doomsday Device. Wesley into the cover. Wing Collectors, we have new champions. No. Dagonite kicks out. What an unbelievable moment that would have been, but the Titans stay alive. Wesley raking the eyes, and now the back waist lock. Dagonite fights his way out of it. In the corner, Wesley, wheelbarrow, face buster. Wheelbarrow bulldog from Andrew Wesley off the springboard. How good has this guy been? Wesley into the sliding kick, and he took Dagonite down. The blood starting to get into Dagonite's eyes off that Omega theory. And Wesley, it maybe got taken out of him as Dagonite tries to get over to his corner for support from Lieter. Wesley not going to allow him to do it. The Wing Collectors have been too good today, but the Titans and the Titans rules has saved their tag team title reign, but maybe not for long. Double Irish whip, no, Crows and Angels. Frankie Omega into the cover. Is Lieter going to get there? Is Lieter going to get there? And another kick out at 4. My God, you are kidding me. Frankie Omega going to continue the attack. The Wing Collectors 3 times over should have won the Academy Tag Team titles. The Wing Collectors have been by far the better team here tonight. But the Titans, maybe by the skin of their teeth, will hold on. Irish whip into the corner once again, and Frankie Omega going to continue the attack on the massive Dagonite. Omega, Tree of Woe, and Frankie Omega will do what we've seen him do only once in his GAW career. Omega lines up Dagonite from the length of the ring. The referee telling Lieter, do not push him down. Omega with a drop kick from across the ring. A coast-to-coast drop kick from Frankie Omega. Has he finally done it for the Wing Collectors? Has it finally happened? Omega maybe trying to get him up for a second Omega theory. Dagonite rolls through on the attempted lariat. Dagonite stays alive. But Frankie Omega has made his life absolute hell during the course of this match. You can see the blood pouring from Dagonite's head. Dagonite desperate for a tag out as the Wing Collectors have dominated the tag team champions up to this point. And Omega fights out of that. Omega once again with a knee to the face. More double team offense, more attack from the Wing Collectors, and all of it has been unstoppable so far. Frankie Omega continues the blistering attack on Dagonite. We've seen 1 3 count and 2 4 counts in this match. None of it has been good enough. None of it has led to new tag team champions. Frankie Omega, oh, he's gonna try something different here. Cattle mutilation from Frankie Omega. Can he bypass the 5 count rule entirely? He does, he does. Frankie Omega has done it. Frankie Omega has earned the Wing Collectors the tag team champions. The tag team championships, we have new champions. The Wing Collectors by submission after a 3 count and 2 4 counts. Frankie Omega has done it for the Wing Collectors. What an unbelievable turn of events, and it's something the Titans didn't see coming. The Titans rules finally conquered by the Wing Collectors, and no better team than these two men who first teamed together at the beginning of Stormchaser Weekly here on YouTube, and they have come together as a team in a way no one ever saw coming. But these two, in so many ways, embody the tag team division in the GAW Academy. Andrew Wesley and Frankie Omega, best friends. The team has done what no one thought they could do and unseated the Titans, finally. Folks, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. What a momentous night it has been on Stormchaser, and thank you all so much for being here. Catch Dark this Wednesday and Storm this Friday. Winterfest begins November 15th. You do not want to miss a second of GAW action. Thank you so much, folks. We appreciate you.